anybody's out there that can help an old widow woman find a house to live in, to move, to get me off the street. See, I start crying, but I would really appreciate it, because we have done all that we can do to find us someplace to live, but we can't find nothing. Faye Gray.
And can I use this video?
Yes, you can.
Okay, and where do you want to start? Tell me what happened.
I'll start 4.5 years ago when we waited 2 months to get into this place, and we had lived there 4.5 months, but when we moved in, they moved us into an apartment that every time it rained, it flooded, and it would come up to right here throughout the apartment. They would not do anything about it, but we had to have a place to live instead of be out on the street. So it started out like that them putting us in a flooded apartment. So we got along fine for 4.5 years until they got this new manager. When they got this new manager, all hell broke loose, I'll put it that way. And she started harassing us because she could not tell what nationality he was. So they done nothing but harass us. So it was coming at that time for us to renew our lease, and she put a thing on our door that she was going to renew our lease. So we was supposed to go over there, and then I knocked on the door, and she had brought me a paper, and on this paper it stated that she was fining me $100 for having stuff on my patio. So I went over to the office and I said, ma'am, I'm not paying anything. I said, if you look around, everybody has stuff on their patio. Everybody. And, well, that didn't sit right with her. She called the cops. So the cops come over and she said, you're going to jail because you disrupt the office. And it was just her and the assistant manager in there. And I said, I haven't disrupted anything before the cops got there. I said, I haven't. She got behind me and was going to push me out the door. And I said, I turned around and I had not raised my voice, about like I'm talking to you, had not raised my voice. And I said, you better not put your hands on me. I'm 78 years old. You better not put your hands on me. Well,
was that in your own apartment or in the office?
In the office.
In the office.
Yeah,
okay.
Because they said I disturbed the office by saying I'm not paying that $100. So the cops come. So I said, well, I'll just wait downstairs for the policeman. I said, so when he come, I said, and I done my hands like this. I said, am I going to jail? He says, for what, little lady? So I told him my story, what had happened. And he said, just a minute. So he went upstairs. And he told them, he said, I want to tell you something right now. This little lady has not done anything wrong. If you look around, everybody has as much stuff on their patio as they do. And if you want to find them, take them to court, because you can't do nothing about it. That's how it started, the eviction. They started retaliating, I mean, big time.
They wanted you out.
So they took us to JP court. And
is that the one with Raul Arturo Gonzalez?
Yes.
Okay.
And so
he evicted me, by the way, like 10 years ago.
And so we've got all of these pictures. In fact, I'm going to get some of these pictures to y'all on. We all have them on film, showing them telling the truth. So we went to court, and he would not let us present the doctor's reports that I was in bad health. They would not allow us to present any pictures whatsoever. They said it was all hearsay. It was all here. I said, Judge, he said, I don't even want to hear from y'all. They wouldn't even let us talk. So, and he said, and why don't y'all have an attorney? I said, we called 27 attorneys, and they said, oh, you're the Grays that lives at Solaris, so we won't touch you. So in other words, I felt like that the lawyers had all been bought off, plus the judge had been bought off. Because by rights, pictures tells everything.
He wouldn't look at the pictures.
He wouldn't look at the pictures, and he would not take the doctor's reports or anything. He said it was all hearsay. I said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, in other words, he said, I'm going to evict you. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to contest this, because I said it's been unfair. I said, you have not let us open our mails. You have not let us do nothing. So I'm contesting this. So he fined us $7,000 something dollars. $7,000 something dollars. Because he says, oh, we don't have no report showing that you made any payments from because we were supposed to renew our lease in September, and we tried to pay her and tried to pay her and tried to pay her.
She didn't want to take
She
it.
would.
Because if she takes it, she can't evict you. That's why.
Yeah, she wouldn't accept it. So when we went to court, he said, well, you didn't pay her. You didn't pay her.
Yeah.
I said, how can we pay her if she won't accept her money, you know? So, so anyhow, he found us and he said, I tell you what, he said, since you're an indigent. He said, I'll tell you what, he said, there's some papers you can fill out and you can contest this. So we went up there and we filled out the papers, and they fixed it that we had to pay $943. That's whatever it was, not counting our utilities. $943, and he said you got to pay it to the county clerk's office.
Okay.
So we started in paying the county clerk's office. We never missed not one time paying the county clerk's office. So the second, let's see, this is August, June the 2nd.
This year?
Of this year, we were supposed to go back to court. Well, instead of go back to court, we went up there to pay July's rent, because we'd already paid April, May, June's rent. We went back up there to pay July's rent, and she says, ma'am, she says, y'all been done penalty crooked. Y'all been done bad. And she said, the judge put on there that y'all got to, y'all didn't pay $1,000 something. I said, wait a minute. They set it up at $943. We've never missed a payment. I said, we was never notified from this other judge, and his name was Shepherd.
Okay.
And I said, we was never notified of anything. I said, if we was notified that they were going up to $1,000, we would have paid it. And
Yeah, because it was how much difference? Like
$57.
$57, so
we would have paid it.
you were already most of the way there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the next thing we knew, they had come out and put a letter on the door, the constable did, and told us the next day if we didn't have everything out, that they were throwing everything out.
24 hours after they tricked you.
Right.
Right.
After they tricked us. So, in the meantime, I told Jason, I said, something tells me about a month ago, I said, let's start putting stuff in storage.
Jason's your son.
Yeah, Jason's my son. We adopted him when he was 1 hour old.
Oh.
And he's 48 now.
Okay.
But anyhow, we still have a lot of stuff in our boxes, because I was married 54 years, and so I collected a lot of stuff, you know.
In the apartment?
Huh?
In the apartment?
No.
Or in storage?
Huh?
Where is the stuff?
Oh, yeah, a lot of our stuff's in storage, but they throw it away.
They threw a lot of it.
Oh, they put it out, and the people just started gathering it all
They
up.
gave your stuff away.
Gave all of our stuff away, yeah, and trashed it.
That was the constable that did that, or the apartment people?
They had three laws over there, and then they had the maintenance and all the maintenance men. There was probably about 10 or 11 people over there throwing their stuff out.
So was it 3 justice of the peace constables?
Yes, and I told him, I said, this is not right. When they come to the door, I said, what do you mean I'm not paying? I said, I've got proof I've been paying every month that y'all told me to start. And he said, no, you didn't. He said, because the judge said that your income had gone up to over $1,000. I said, but we wasn't notified. He said, we don't have to notify you.
So how are you supposed to know? Supposed to be psychic?
Yeah, I asked him, I said, how did we know we were supposed to pay more money, or we would have paid it, you know? And it's just been wrong for that. And then we kept complaining, not only from the flood, but we started having, and I've got pictures of the rats and all, and I want y'all to take pictures of it, okay? We had infestation of rats. I mean rats, not mice, rats. Okay. They wouldn't do anything about it. In fact, I called the maintenance man and I said, what are y'all going to do about this infestation of rats? He said, I'm going to give you some rat poison, but please don't tell the manager. He said the manager cannot know. The manager cannot know what's going on.
He had to go under the table to get you help.
Yes.
Because they had blackballed you.
Yeah, but it didn't kill them.
Yeah.
And the night that they moved us out, they had not locked the doors, so Jason went over there to use the bathroom. Honey, there was 15 rats under his feet in that apartment. Don't tell me that's not infested. We was infested with cockroaches. The rats got the stove. We did not have a stove for 4 months, and you could smell the gas. We told them that there was a gas leak and the rats had eaten the hose or something in there. They would not come over there and replace that. The rats got a hold of the icebox. We did not have no refrigerator. We had to go down and rent a center and rent a refrigerator. February time, you know, when it was so cold.
Mm-hmm. The winter?
Yeah, we never even had a heater. They wouldn't even come in and fix the heater.
They didn't care.
Yeah. We didn't even have a heater.
That's wrong. That's so messed up.
With my husband being a veteran of the Korean War and me being a widow woman, it's not right for them to treat a veteran's wife that way.
Did you contact the VA?
I did, and they automatically started trying to help us find a place to live.
Oh.
And they were so upset, and they said that if we could find a place to live, that they would pay the deposits or whatever we needed to get into a place. But they sent us to like 15 different places, and all of them said we had to make 5 times the amount. 5 times the
per
amount
month.
A month, which is over $5,000 a month, and we can't afford that.
Yeah. A lot of people don't make that. I mean, not very many people make that much money. So they're saying only rich people here.
That's right. And just like what that young boy said, he said, who can afford $280 more? He said, it's going up to $1,400 a month for this ratty place.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is supposed to be low income.
This is supposed to be low income.
They changed the words
That's right.
to affordable housing, so it's
Yep.
whatever rich people can afford.
Right.
At what point did you contact the Tenants Council?
We
Boston Tenants
contacted
Council.
them, and they said there ain't nothing they could do about
Was it after they'd already raised the rent, or
we-
after you got evicted, or before?
Both.
Both?
Yep.
And what'd they say?
They said there ain't their hands was tied, nothing they could do.
Why did they say?
They would not say.
Their hands just tied.
Mm-hmm.
And so the police and other stuff has happened besides that. Police and Humane Society came and took your puppies?
Well, yes. The day that we was evicted, we had three mother dogs that just had puppies, and they didn't hardly give us time enough to get the dogs away from the apartment over there until they started in trying to take all of our dogs away. And then after we got them over there, well, there was one girl that I didn't care for her at all. I mean, you could tell she was ruling the roost, so to speak. And she started saying, we're getting rid of this. And I said, wait a minute. That is my property, not yours.
Yeah.
But anyhow, they gave away 13 of our dogs.
Puppies?
Puppies.
Chihuahua puppies?
Chihuahua puppies. That really, I mean, they say it's against the law to sell puppies. And I've never heard of such. But because in Odessa, honey, you see them standing all on the corner selling puppies. Anyhow, like $2,800 worth of puppies.
So you missed you could have paid for that was your own money that you could have paid for without the VA, without any help from anybody.
But after a while, when after the constable and all that, he says, I want y'all to take every one of these dogs away from them. This is strictly the constable did. He said, this is strictly too many dogs. And there was one real nice woman from the Humane Society. She said, wait a minute. She said, look at these dogs. They are in perfect health. And they took 5. But the rest of them, they give away to people around here. The puppies and all, they give to puppies. But
they didn't compensate you.
Huh?
They didn't give you money.
No,
yeah.
no.
That's theft, right?
That's theft.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was one lady that was so super nice. They took 5 of her dogs because we had 2 that was born blind, and one that was 13, 14 years old. I'd had ever since before his eyes opened. They took it and found some kind of home for dogs. That's fine. But later that day, a man by the name of Brian come by. He's over the whole Humane Society deal. He come by and he said, I've never seen anybody's puppies or dogs in such a good shape as y'all's. He said, we usually hold them for months at a time and can't find them a home. He said, the very first day we found homes for every one of them. He said, that's how good a shape y'all's dogs are in.
Yeah. It's pretty messed up.
It is, because it seems like we've been robbed in every way that we can be.
Brian was bragging about it. Brian's like, hey, we gave your dogs away, haha.
Oh, no, Brian.
No?
Oh, no, he was...
so they don't give them away. It's got to pay like $100. Yeah.
And well, let me
so
show
he made, hundreds of dollars off of
it. See this little
it.
dog here?
Yeah.
They made me give this one away.
Kind of a little clear.
See how little it is?
Yeah.
And then I had one that would fit right here in my hand.
Aw.
And that one mean woman from the Humane Society, she said, I'm taking your dog. I said, it's all going to be over my dead body or it's jail because you're not taking it. And then there was a woman upstairs. She said, I'm taking those dogs. I said, no, you're not. And that Humane Society lady I didn't like, she said, yeah, she's going to take the dogs. So everywhere we went, they took away everything that we had, possessed.
And then something else happened. At some point, y'all were up under a tree on the
yes,
in the shade tree?
Yeah, we was under the shade tree. And this was about like 2 days. And this is when it was 115 degrees. And but at the time, I was sitting out in the car with my babies, my little ones, where they took one. I was sitting out in the back car where that heat was getting right all on me. And that's when I had a light stroke. Well, you can see how it's done. And but anyhow, the police said, move over under the shade. Police did. Well, we moved over under the shade. The very next day, the cops come out. And the manager over there at that building, she was standing over there watching everything. And he says, I want to tell you right now, if you step a foot on our property, we're getting you for trespassing. Move those dogs. You ought to put yourself over here across from where the city is.
And the sidewalk over there.
Yeah. Well, he come out. There was another cop come out 2 days ago, and he said, y'all's animals are fine. But he said, I'm not going to make you move right now, but he said, if something don't happen, he said, y'all going to have to move because we're taking up this much of the sidewalk. And he said, that's the city, and you can't do that.
This is city too.
Yeah. I said, well, I'll just move the post over here off the sidewalk, but we did a post.
Be in a parking spot, right?
Uh-huh.
They're trying to move you out in the road. Did any of those cops, so the first cops told you to move under the shade and get out of the car. And then the second cops told you to move out of there.
There was two cops come with the manager.
Okay.
Come with the manager. And she stood over there and I said, and I even asked, I said, I want to know what the manager's name is. And the cop says, we don't have to tell you who the manager is. And we still don't know who the manager is.
Did they give you paperwork or anything?
No.
A ticket or nothing?
No. Because what he said, I'm just going to warn you. But if you step 1 foot on that property, he said, you're going to jail.
That doesn't sound right for some reason. Usually you have to be criminally trespassing and have a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then it's only 12 months.
Yeah, they wouldn't even give us that.
Yeah.
The cops would.
Yeah. I think they're just bluffing or bullying or something. It doesn't sound like they're following the law.
I don't, I'll tell you the truth, I don't trust the cops. I don't trust the way we've been done. I don't trust any of them.
And you've been having microstrokes or something?
Yep.
Twice?
3 times.
3 times because of all this?
Yeah, and my mouth would kind of go over like this. And I'm having spells whereas I can just be walking and I just pass out. But like I say, I don't know if it's from all the heat or that I'm thinking that I've got cancer again. And I don't know how bad. And it's stressing me so bad.
And the city's helping. They're going to be helping a lot or not helping?
The city's not helping at all.
Yeah. This is a rich city. They got billions and trillions of dollars.
They're not helping at all. And that's why I wanted y'all to put on there, if anybody's out there that can help an old widow woman find a house to live in, to move, to get me off the street. See, I start crying. But I would really appreciate it, because we have done all that we can do to find us some place to live, but we can't find nothing.
I understand.
And I just need to, I know there's somebody out there that might have a rent house, and we're more than glad to rent a house, a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom with a backyard.
For the dogs.
For the dogs, and to help us out. I know there's some rich people out there that could donate us a house, to rent.
Yeah, there's empty rich people's houses. They don't even come to town, but maybe once for a weekend during ACL.
Their houses are empty.
Yeah.
You know.
And I feel like that if I can get the word out that I am a widow of a veteran, and a veteran's wife does not deserve to go through all this hell for something she has not done.
I agree, yeah.
So wrong what they're doing to you. So wrong. They don't care.
No, they don't.
Do you know who the mayor is?
No.
It's not Mayor McCheese. It's Steve Adler. He's a lawyer.
Yeah. I've heard of him.
He's got hundreds of millions of dollars. He is a super rich property owner. He owns all sorts of property. You want to give him a message, or city council a message on like how they're treating people in general on this side of town?
Yeah. All I can say is, Adler, or whatever your name is, you need to help the veterans' wives. You need to help the ones that is in their need of help. You need to come forward and at least find us a home to live in. I'm not much of a talk on how to do that.
Yeah, they need to, housing should be a human right, and there's people that believe that it's not our human right to exist. And literally, you were in the place, you tried to go by the rules, but they were targeting you, and the whole system protects them. It helps protects them, and it doesn't protect the people that voted for them.
Just like I tried to say when we went to court, what makes me so cotton picking mad is that these people that has all this money, maybe including you, they can buy what they're doing. They're getting paid off. They're getting paid off. They're not helping. You're not helping.
They're scratching each other's backs financially.
Yep.
And giving each other contracts to clear land like this. All those houses right there got cleared out to put some condos.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's not for people that live here. That's for people coming here. They're not trying to take care of the people that they're from Austin.
They just paid $1 million for that little spot right there.
A little bitty, 4 or 5 houses?
Yep.
It's cheap.
Yep. $1 million.
Yeah.
And you know.
What's wrong with what they're doing? It's housing. It's a human right.
Yeah.
You know.
And to me.
See, you don't care. See, you don't care.
They don't. They don't, huh?
It's wrong.
They really don't. But I was scared to death, and that's what we have done to go through every night.
Yeah.
In fact, the cops told us, he said, this is the most dangerous place there is. Please go to sleep in your car overnight.
Land back! Land back! Land back! Land back!